Hello, everybody. We're just trying to get things set up here. Trying to get things connected up, but I don't know what's going on. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. There we go. Okay. Trying to get the Facebook side of it set up. YouTube is running. Facebook is up and running. All right, everybody. I hope everybody had a good week. We're going to get started here. We'll try to get some early check-ins. The Worldwide Ragchew Amateur Radio Net. Go over here. Everybody started. All right. Everybody seems to be started. This is Whiskey 1 Sierra Bravo Whiskey. I am net control for this session of the Worldwide Ragchew Amateur Radio Net. I'll be taking early check-ins. Please come now with your call sign, name, and location, please.
Kilo 3, Whiskey Sierra. Kilo 3, Whiskey Sierra. Tom, Fairfax, Virginia.
Kilo, Charlie, 1, Sierra, November, Oscar, Paul, and Brandon.
Alrighty, net recognizes K3WS, W1AD, and K1SNO. Paul and Brandon, Tom and Frank. So we're going to start at the top of the list. Tom, K3WS. We've got a question this week, so I'll let you come back, and then we'll see if we can get the question and see if you can get the answer for us. These questions, like I ran last week with the APRS, it's not. I'm just trying to throw some knowledge and stuff out there, not trying to see who's smarter and who else, because I've got a few replies on the APRS stuff. This is just fun and games, just trying to, teach somebody maybe they didn't know what it was or what it stood for. So going forward, that's what we're doing. We're not trying to make out anybody smarter than anybody else. So Tom, we'll go back to you. Go ahead, Tom. We'll start it off.
Good morning. Yeah, I don't mind questions like that. It's always good to learn something new. I've learned a lot more by listening to different QSOs than, just listening in, you learn something. Hope everybody's having a good holiday weekend. I'm in Fairfax, Virginia today. No hiking, just doing some stuff around the house. So throw the question out and see what happens. Kilo 3, Whiskey.
Yeah, okay, Tom. Thank you for that little bit of input. Makes me feel a little bit better. So it's about the acronym. What does CTCSS stand for? Charlie, Tango, Charlie, Sierra, Sierra. CTCSS.
Well, this brings back some memories, quite frankly. I was in Somerset, Pennsylvania, about, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months after I got my license. In 2007, I went to a hamfest down there, and Scott Zimmerman in 3XCC asked the same exact question. But I gave the answer correctly then, won a prize. But it's the Or is carrier squelch? I don't know the exact answer. I don't have the exact words for you, but it's to do with the carrier squelch. And I know you're going to enlighten me and remind me of something I should remember. That's a good one. It's just so weird that I've asked that question yet so many years later, and I don't have the exact answer. And boy, did I then.
Yeah, okay, Tom. Well, you got part of it. You got part of it correct, and the other part of the question was what is it used for too. But it stands for Continuous Tone Coded Squelch System, CTCSS, Continuous Tone Coded Squelch System. Does that bring back a few more memories?
Absolutely, because I read it. I mean, I recited it right off. I mean, it was one of those you had to blurt it out. He just asked a question on the stage. I just blurted it right out, and that's almost how we met. In fact, he's actually Scott in 3XCC is well known as the repeater builder, and he's done a lot of work in repeaters over so many years he's been involved. But it was so weird to have that same question. That was very cool. It brought back some very fond memories too. Thank you for that.
Yeah, okay, Tom. I'm glad we could do that for you. That's excellent. So, do you know exactly what it's used for on a repeater?
Well, it's the underlying tone where when you key up, you're putting out 123 megahertz, and it's catching the tone, and that's what's breaking the making the repeater key up. If I remember correctly.
Yep, you're all set there, Tom. You got it. Pretty close to what it does. It just keeps everybody's got to have that same tone to talk on to receive everything from the repeater, and it keeps the other interference out of it that doesn't have that tone. But thanks for checking in. Thank you for being here just about every week. We'd love to hear you, and I'll send it back to you for one more, and then we'll move on.
This is going to be a fun net. I'm going to listen as long as I can. I like this. When I was the president of the Emerge Radio Club in Cambria County, when I took it over, every meeting had a theme. We had a project theme every meeting, and it worked so well because we had show and tell and all kind of stuff. And some of the really smart folks showed up with their equipment and did free radio tune-ups and all kind of stuff. So it's really cool to learn without it being a classroom. So cool. Enjoy. Have a great holiday weekend, everybody, and remember what it's all about. Kilo 3 Whiskey Sierra. I'll listen as long as I can, Scott. Love listening to your nets.
Okay, Tom, you have a great holiday weekend too. And again, thanks for checking in, and thank you so much for the kind words. That's what we're here for. We try to bring some enjoyment to people that like to check in and like to answer some questions or talk about a subject or whatever it may be that the other guys have to talk about also. I didn't get a chance last week to check in, but I think Steve was talking about antennas, which is another good one. But have a great week, and we'll talk to you again soon. All right, we're going to move along to Frank, W1AD. How you doing today, Frank?
This is a W1 Anna out here, right? And, my grandparents on the other side were rural Angler area. Well, there was the train come up through the valley, and they had all of the spike pile down there. After some neighbors, that was talk about. And yeah, tone coded squelch system, right? Well, you have yeah, that was developed in the '60s, way to help with interference issues. developed over the years. Each of the two major manufacturers of radio world at that time were Motorola and Motorola called their CTS trade name of Private Line. Short would be PL, and that's why we refer to many today as PL codes. And GE was the other major manufacturer. Panel Guard was their proprietary. The history there worked well. Had to use it here on this device that I'm using, All-Star Node. Lock it out. Turning the radio. Most of the time you don't have to do that, but back to net control. A great question. W1.
Okay, Frank. Thank you for that information on where it came from and who used it and who started it all. And I have read some other places too where it was, of course, it's used as tone squelch, interference eliminator. I forgot some other stuff, subchannels, different things it's used. It's called, I guess, by different people, but CTCSS is the basic one. And thank you for that wealth of information. You've been up flying at all lately?
I was up a couple times this week. We have a new pastor. I took him up for a ride, and he had a riot. Oh my gosh, much. That was a lot of fun. Now he wants to take him further away. It's been located. We'll do that. I was going to go over to the Bay Area. The morning was our daughter's birthday last Thursday. Over for breakfast. Weather forecast wasn't the greatest, and as it turned out, the weather turned out to be fine. But the plane got grounded. Alternator. Plane that I had. So that got nixed. No big deal. Had some good fine weather out here, especially in the mornings till midday. Then it gets to hot afternoon. It's been fun. Back to net control from WA.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Thanks for checking in, Frank. And like I said, thank you for that information on the question. Greatly appreciated. And have a great day. And hopefully you'll get some more flying time in this week. Have a great week. We'll look forward to talking to you again next week. All right, we're going to move on to Paul, KC1SNO up in Brandon. And how you doing today, Paul? It's all yours.
Good morning, Scott. It's a great day, nice and sunny, and actually I'm getting ready to go out for a bike ride in about half an hour, I think, and enjoy some of the last warm weather we have before the terrible winter sets in on us. And that's my plan for the day. Back to you, Scott.
Yeah, okay, Paul. Sounds like a fun time. Did you hear anything about the question of the day and the answers that I got from Frank and Tom? Go ahead.
Yes, I did, Scott. CCTSS, and in fact, if I remember correctly, there's actually two tones involved in that. One to open up the repeater, and then a second one which will remove the squelch from your receiver, if I remember correctly. It's been almost a year since I got my license, so I do vaguely kind of remember that. That's about all I remember about it. Back to you, Scott.
Yeah, okay, Paul. Thank you. Thank you for that input. I'm glad you knew what it was, what it pertained to, and how it works. All right, that's the bottom of my list. We're going to get the ball rolling here. This is Whiskey 1 Sierra Bravo Whiskey Net Control for this session of the Worldwide Ragchew Amateur Radio Net. Name here is Scott, Sierra Charlie Oscar Tango Tango. I am located in the Green Mountains state of Vermont. There are multiple bridges, nodes, and methods in place to accommodate access to this net. Please join our Facebook page, Worldwide Ragchew Amateur Radio Network page, where the details are provided on how to connect in. This is a directed net. Emergency traffic always takes priority. If at any time during the net you have emergency traffic, please call break to net control and your emergency traffic will be handled immediately. I'm going to break for a second. The purpose of this net is to handle traffic, to share amateur radio information, provide technical assistance. Topics may include digital radio, HF, or whatever topic the group wants to discuss. All licensed amateur radio operators are encouraged to check in. You do not need a topic of discussion to check in, but any comments on a topic would be greatly appreciated. All questions to the net will be addressed accordingly. Please be respectful when asking or responding to questions on the net. I am, just to let you know, I'm live streaming this on Facebook. It's going out on YouTube. Let's see, it's going on YouTube, it's going on Twitch and Kick. So I got 4 different platforms that it's streaming to. So if anybody wants to catch it, they can. So with that being said, I'm going to drop and then we'll get the ball rolling. Okay, this is W1SBW net control for this session of Worldwide Ragchew Amateur Radio Net. I'm going to taking check-ins. Please come with your call sign, your name, and your location, please.
Victor Alpha 3, Kilo Yankee. Victor Alpha 3, Kilo Yankee, Toronto.
At control, please copy Kilo Bravo 3, Golf Papa X-Ray. Kilo Bravo 3, Golf Papa X-Ray, Mike, York, Pennsylvania.
Okay, net recognizes VA3 KKY Kevin and KB3 GPX. Mike, haven't talked to you in a while. Glad you popped in. So we're going to start up with Kevin. I don't know if you've heard what the question was, but let me know if you know what it is. If not, I'll come back to you with it.
You're talking about the CTSS tones, and I have a few comments about it. And essentially, yes, I really do like the tone squelch in major cities, busy cities, where Toronto, for instance, is a big intermod bomb. You know, when you plug in an outside antenna, that's it. You get all kind of noise. So it protects and kind of helps from that. Yeah, there's been times it's helped with jamming if 2 people move to different tones. But then if you announce it out loud, or if you say you need to put in a 107.2, old man, then, I mean, what's the point then? You're just kind of giving the show away. But there's been times that it's literally had to be used in its private line capacity, where you wanted privacy from maybe noise or somebody that's bothering you or jamming and stuff like that. So, yeah, I kind of hate it on certain radios where it makes it hard to put in. They're not meant for it. I have old HF rigs that needed to, like, where you had to put the 10 meters in and you had to put that in. And then I have standalone 10-meter rigs that don't have it. They're old European, you know, the ones people used to use for CB, and they don't have it. So that part of it's annoying for those bands. But, you know, I do enjoy 10 meters and 10-meter FM. But otherwise, besides all that, once you get a good 2-meter 440 rig, you kind of, it's a lot of fun. So there you go. Not as fun on old rigs, once again. All right, I'll turn it back to Ned. I'm listening. Glad to be here. Hear other people here. And good comments, by the way. To Ned, the A3KKY.
Yeah, okay, Kevin. Thank you for your comments. Very much appreciated. Hope you have a great day, great rest of your week, and we'll look forward to talking to you again sometime in the near future. All right, we're going to move on to KB3 GPX. Mike, and how you doing today, Mike?
Good evening. Good day, I should say, to everybody on the net here, KB3GPX, coming in on Discord, the WWARG channel here with a Samsung smartphone here with the app running, and 73 degrees Fahrenheit, about 24 centigrade. Mix of clouds and sun here today. Just to touch on Kevin's comments, tone squelch was certainly needed, and especially in the bigger metropolitan areas. We go back into the 90s and the early 2000s, analog paging was pretty common on VHF and UHF frequencies, and if you didn't have tone squelch on, you probably got an earful of that digital tones and everything else. Tone squelch definitely helps. Even maybe some repeaters had DCS, which is a different type of tone technology. So certainly popular, and maybe still a thing today. There's still chances of interference around there as you travel about. Not much else going on here. Looking at the TalkPod N58 Plus seems to be making some noise out there in the community, especially that virtual amateur radio app that seems quite popular there. So worth a mention, maybe worth checking out there. I think Ray's made some good progress there at 9KGC. Doing pretty good information on that. He might be lurking here a little later on today. Anyway, won't hold it here. We'll send it back to Net Control. KB3 GPX.
Okay, Mike, thank you for your comments. Thank you for taking time out of your day to check in. Thank you for that information. Good to hear you again. I think I did hear you in there a couple weeks ago, too, with either Stu or Steve. Good to have you back checking in with us. That's excellent. Take care. Have a great week. And like I said, thanks for your comments, and we'll talk to you again real soon. Okay, that's the end of my list. We're going to start taking some more check-ins. I wanted to say, too, that NetLogger is running if anybody wants to check that out. It's under WWRARN. I have got it up and running. I'm logging the contacts for the net in that. So with that being said, if anybody else wants to get check in, please come with your call sign, twice slowly and phonetically, and your location, please.
KJ4ZOY.
All right, we'll take them one at a time. KJ4ZOY. Steve, my friend, how you doing?
Great, Scott. Pretty day here in the middle of Texas. It's a little scary because instead of running 105, the temp's right now only about 90. And so when you're in the shade, it actually feels cool, and I'm taking that as a personality defect. I don't know how I went so wrong, but that it's a long time since I was a New Englander or a Middle Atlantic state kind of person. That aside, I'm sorry I tuned in too late to hear the question of the day. I think everything's great, and hope there's a whole lot of people waiting to talk to you. Over.
Yeah, okay, Steve. Well, the question was, what is the acronym CTCSS? What does it stand for, and what is it used for? That's what the question was, my friend.
Scott, I was trying to make something up quickly in order to say something funny, and I'm sure I read that at some point or having to take all the tests for my various licenses, but I have no idea. And so I'll just admit that and hope you'll tell me. Over.
Yeah, absolutely, Steve. There's nothing wrong with not knowing what it is. That's what I said at the beginning of the net. I'm doing this not to find out who is smarter than the other guy. I just doing it for knowledge, put it out there. Maybe somebody can learn something from it. That's all I'm doing it for. What it stands for, Steve, is a continuous tone coded squelch system. It's a repeater type thing where you have to have that tone plugged into your radio, and it blocks out other ear interference trying to come in through on that frequency. And anybody else has that tone programmed in, that's who you'll hear, and it blocks out anybody that doesn't have that tone, basically. Another name for it was, like Frank brought up, was PL tone or interference eliminator or channel guard or anything like that. Does that bring back some memories?
Now that you have explained it to me, to quote Ricky to Lucy, yes, start explaining. Now that you've explained it to me, yes, and I remember it absolutely, because my handheld VHF radio has about a dozen program stations into it, program repeaters into it, each one of which has a tone of the various frequencies it needs to get in.
Exactly.
And some of them are just on transmit, and some of them are also on receive. What I don't remember is that connected up with telephone tone dialing that you can also do with the repeaters. I sort of think it doesn't yet. Probably a little bit it does, if that makes any sense. Over.
Yeah, station trying to come in. I didn't hear any audio. We're having a net here, so stand by, please. Steve, can you still hear me?
Roger that. You were gone for a second, but coming in 5-9. Over.
Yeah, okay, Steve. Well, you got me stumped on the last part of what you were talking about on the phone because I don't. I've never used that or know anything about it, but it could very well be something in there, and I'm sure we'll hear something from somebody along the line that knows something about it, which will be good. So if anybody knows about it that's checking in, they can fill us in, and we'll both know, Steve. But anyways, thank you for checking in. Thank you for taking the helm every 2-3 weeks. You and Stu, so it's not so bad. We do about once a month. It's every other week, so every other 2 weeks, I guess, if you want to put it that way, because there's 3 of us, so we do the math right. Anyways, but have a great day. Thank you for your comments, and thanks for checking in, and we'll talk to you again. I'll send it back to you one more time.
Roger that. Thank you. You realize as long as no one can ever see us, we're the 3 best looking guys in amateur radio. It's hell to be told you have a face for radio. Anyway, somewhere in a book or in a something I printed out, I have directions for my little Yaesu handhelds, which I've never successfully executed, by the way, as to tone dialing to punch in a phone system if the repeater is connected up. And if it's only a page or 2, I'll scan it and send it over to you. Anyway, that's all I got. 73 to everybody.
I'd like to think I've got new friends in this net and all over the world. So good morning, good afternoon, my friends. And that's Kilo Julia 4 Zulu Oscar Yankee, clear, back to net control.
Yeah, okay, Steve. Thanks for checking in. Yeah, and I'm sure everybody's your friend on here. We're all friends. That's what it's all about. Is the friendship that we make here and the camaraderie between talking and figuring things out and having a Ragchew, as you call it, like everybody else does. So, anyways, have a great week, great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. That's the bottom of my list. Does anybody else want to check in? Please come now to call sign twice, slowly and phonetically, please. This is Whiskey 1 Sierra Bravo Whiskey, net control for this session of the Worldwide Ragchew Amateur Radio Net, taking check-ins. Please come now to call sign and your name, twice, slowly and phonetically, and your location, please. I know it's a holiday weekend. We might not get too many, but that's all right. Whoever's around wants to get checked in, please come now.
Kilo 2 Golf Bravo. Kilo 2 Golf Bravo. Okay.
Alrighty, net recognizes K2GB. I believe your name, I don't know if you go by Richard or Dick, but please let us know. Go ahead.
Rick, Kilo. But yeah, I was just rolling around the list there, and I found you got a couple people, but stumbled across.
Oh yeah, perfect, Rick. Rick. I'm glad you took time to check in. We do have a question. If you want to answer it, the question is, what is the acronym CTCSS? What does it stand for, and what is it used? How is it used? Go ahead if you want to answer.
I'm not really sure of the acronym, but it's, the TL tones or whatever. It drives you crazy. Most of them are times when they're faulty. I haven't really programmed a couple of radios in a while, and I hear a couple of free. I go to the repeater book. That if it's both ways.
Yeah, you got it right. But the acronym stands for Continuous Tone Coded Squelch System. PL tone or whatever you want to call it, but it's Continuous Tone Coded Squelch System. Is this the first time you checked in?
Correct. Over.
Oh, okay, perfect. Welcome aboard. We're glad to have you. We're here every week at 11 a.m. Eastern. There's three of us that run the net. It's myself, Whiskey 1 Sierra Bravo Whiskey, and then Steve, he was just there, KJ4ZOY, and then we've got a good friend of mine in England, is M0OMT, and he is Stu. So we're here, we alternate, and we're here every week for probably an hour or so, and it's good to have you. Hopefully you'll be back. I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, very good. I moved from your area, side of New York, Salem, New York, years ago, and oriented back in the apartment for a couple of years. Yeah, I was looking on the list there of my systems are not on. Was a few years ago. Yeah, I'll be around, so thanks for having me in.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime, Rick. And if you want to stay connected in for sometime when you're around, we've got a lot of other connections. We've got some connections from England connected in. So it's all well and good if you want to come in and stay hooked up for a little while and see what's going on, check things out. But very much appreciated. Glad you stopped by. Have a great week and great rest of your day. And we'll talk to you again soon. All right, bottom of my list. If there's anybody else who wants to get checked in, please come now. This is the Worldwide Ragchew Amateur Radio Net. Please come with your call sign twice, slowly, phonetically, your name and location, please.
This is Mike Zero Kilo Echo Oscar. That's Mike Zero Kilo Echo Oscar. My name is Ian. That's India Alpha November. And I'm calling from just outside Durham in the northeast of the UK. Back to you.
Okay, Ian, that recognizes Mike Zero Keo. I don't know, were you around to hear what the question of the week was, Ian?
Yeah, got the question of the week, and thank you very much for telling us what the acronym stands for. I know a little bit about it. I must admit I'm kind of new to the VHF and FM, and particularly on repeaters, because I've only just got myself a new rig and a new antenna to go with it, and not had a lot of success on repeaters before. But I'm clearly on here now, and I clearly know how to program it properly because I'm talking to you, which is great. And it wasn't all that straightforward. Normally I work on HS, so where we don't seem to have such things. But no, it's great that it's all working properly, and great that I can program the rig well enough at least to get in and talking to you guys. I'm coming in, I think, from a gateway on Echolink. I think that's the way I'm coming into you now from the Stanley Crook repeater, which is just up the road from here. Okay, take care. Back to you.
Yeah, okay, excellent. We're here every week at 11 a.m. Eastern. There's 3 of us that rotate through. I don't know if you heard me talking to the gentleman that just checked in earlier. It'd be good to hear from you. I'm more happy to have you here every week, and we'll talk to you again soon. All right, is there anybody else that wants to get checked in? Please come now with a call sign, name, location. Call sign twice, slowly and phonetically, please.
Yeah, Roger. You got G7HSY from sunny South Shields, where it's not sunny today. It's actually raining, but never mind. Back to net control.
That recognizes G7HSY. Brian, how you doing today, Brian? I don't know if you heard our question or not, but we were talking about the acronym CTCSS, what it stands for and what it's used for. If you want to chime in on that, you're more than welcome.
No, not really. I just get on with things, like, you know. At the present, I'm just flooring the loft out, like, you know. I thought it was going to be quite an easy job, but when you got to cut them upstairs and measure them down, it's 18 mil thick, like, you know, there's not much room up there, like, to work around. But I've got loads of other jobs to do, which I've been off-putting, and nobody's going to do it, so you got to do it yourself, like. I'm coming to do all these other jobs because it's raining and I can't get in the garden now. Back to you.
Yeah, that list of jobs sometimes, Brian, seems like it never quits, does it? Seems like it gets longer and longer as you do more of them. The more get added. Correct. Back to you.
Sure. This is G7HSY returning. Yes, this minute switched on. Actually, I took a break, and I didn't realise when I went in the shack. I looked up at the clock. I thought I'd missed you, like, but time just escapes us. There's not enough. There should be about a 28-hour clock in a day because the 24s are not very good. That's what I'll say. And especially on a Sunday, it's supposed to be a day of rest. I've been telling everybody there's none of that for me. I haven't even had lunch, so had to give me a bit of half a hand doing that as well in between all these other jobs. So I don't know who's on. So obviously I'll be listening. I take it Stu must be there as well, somewhere along the line, like, and what have you. Back to you.
Yeah, okay, Brian. All right. Well, thank you for taking time out of your day, your busy day, to check in. Good to hear from you. Have a great rest of your day. Sounds like you're going to be busy all day today and into some next week. But take care, and we'll talk to you again real soon. And we'll have a great day. And we'll move on to tongue-tied. Take a check-ins for the Worldwide Ragchew Amateur Radio Net. Please come now to call sign twice, slowly and phonetically. I'm surprised I got that out.
Yeah, Mike Zero, Oscar, Mike Tango, M0OMT, Newcastle upon Tyne.
Net recognizes M0OMT. Stu, how you doing today, Stu?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Been listening to the net. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you guys over there. I know you're on a holiday this weekend, so hopefully you're in the best of it. But yeah, CDSS tones, PL tones. I think Steve was talking about DDMF. No, when he was on about, he mentioned the word phone, but what he meant was connecting the repeater up to something else, like we do with also. So I think he was mentioning DDMF tones as well. But CDSS is great, especially on UHF, VHF, because you can back the squelch all the way down, so you can hear lots scratchier stations on your gateway. And it'll only open up when it hears the tone.
Yeah, exactly. But it sounds like, are you out and about? Are you at home? Or are you still on the road?
I'm on 0MT. No, I'm just about to go out in the call. Alan's been out with the girls this weekend down in Scarborough, about 3 hours away. I've had peace and quiet. Not. So, yeah, I'm about to go pick her up from the bus station. So, I'll leave you with it. Thanks for doing the net, Scott. I'll hopefully catch everybody later on. 7-3 all M0MT.
Yeah, okay, Stu. We'll talk to you later. Thank you for checking in, taking time out of your day to check in. We'll talk to you again real soon. All right, is there anybody else that wants to get checked in? Please come now to call sign twice, slowly and phonetically. This is the Worldwide Ragchew Amateur Radio Net. Alrighty, I am Whiskey 1 Sierra Bravo Whiskey with the net control for the Worldwide Ragchew Amateur Radio Net. Taking check-ins. If anybody wants to get checked in, please come now to call sign twice, slowly and phonetically, in your name and your location, please. Yeah, like I said, it's a holiday weekend over here, so I don't know if there's not too many people playing radio, which is fine. Go out and enjoy your family. Last big thing for the summer over here. But we're taking check-ins if anybody's around. Come on in, and we'll get you in the logbook. This is W1SBW taking check-ins. Alrighty, we got about 20 minutes. We usually go to noon. We got about 23 minutes left. I'm going to hang around for a little while. But if there's nothing heard, then I'll close the net out. But other than that, we'll be taking check-ins for the Worldwide Ragchew Amateur Radio Net. Please come now to call sign twice, slowly and phonetically, and your name and location, please. Alrighty, nothing heard. I'll give you one more shot. This is Whiskey 1 Sierra Bravo Whiskey, net control for this session of Worldwide Ragchew Amateur Radio Net. Please come now to call sign twice, slowly and phonetically. If I hear nothing, I'll be coming back and closing the net down. Go ahead. Alrighty, this is W1SBW. Nothing heard. I'm going to close the net down. Thank you for checking in, everybody that checked in, and we had 10 check-ins. I'm glad everybody appreciated the question of the week. I'm going to try to do that every time. Every time I do the net, the other guys can also do it too, whatever they want to do. It's up to them. They can pick a question too, or however they want to do their part of it. But I think it's fun. We get some learning involved in it, and I know some of the guys have taken their technician. It was quite a while ago, and sometimes you don't remember some of that stuff. But then that's what it's all about. It's all fun and games and good and learning and just refreshing your memory from it all. It's not trying to find out who's smarter than anybody else. That's not the objective of it at all. We're just trying to learn a little something and have some fun doing it. But anybody, have a great week. We'll talk to you again next week. W1SBW, be clear of the net. All right, everybody, that's the end of it this week. We had 10 check-ins, 11 counting myself. Have a great week.